Fight between former welterweight champions Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter is heating up, getting close, and I can't wait. Here's why. Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide. It's your boy Big Will back with some more boxing talk. Now look here, man. Things is heating up between Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia, man. I know a lot of you people probably, going to people's channels and people not too enthused about the matchup between these two, man. But I am, man. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I think the two got the perfect styles for each other, man. I don't care where this fight's at. I'm coming. I'm going to be there. I'm going to make it my business to be there. I was in the building for the Thurman Garcia fight. I was a little let down by that, but I think this one right here is going to be a barn burner. I think Shawn Porter's going to come in there and try to be super aggressive with Danny Garcia, and I think he's going to get caught by something big, man. I think Danny Garcia is going to win this fight with that, with that same hook that he broke my man one time Thurman's arm with. That same one, man. I think Shawn Porter is super aggressive, man. He's been talking about how he's going to channel his aggression better, and do it strategically. But I think against a guy like Danny Garcia, he's going to have to be wary of Danny's power, man, of Danny's punching power. Shawn Porter's going to have to, do a lot of strategizing about being aggressive that fight, because the way that Shawn Porter comes in with his head first, with his chin out, with his head first, Danny Garcia is going to pick that chin right off, man. And I'm actually really looking forward to this fight because Danny Garcia has said it in a couple interviews, after he dusts off Shawn Porter, he wants to fight Errol Spence. And that's another reason why I'm rooting for Danny Garcia. Well, I ain't rooting for him, but I am rooting for him. I'm a fan, man. Big Faces Worldwide, I'm a fan. But I do call it like I see it. I call it like I see it. I ain't just saying that I think Danny Garcia is going to win because, I like him. I'm saying it because I believe his skills pay the bills. And during that fight, I believe he's going to be superior because of Shawn's aggression. I think Danny Garcia is going to take advantage of that. He's going to, Danny Garcia is a good counter puncher. That's his bread and butter. He want to counter you. He wants you to come in at him. He want a Shawn Porter type style, but I do think Shawn Porter's going to give him problems. It ain't going to be easy for Danny Garcia. It ain't going to be easy for him. Just like Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios was giving Danny Garcia, some problems in that fight, man. Danny Garcia was hitting him with the cleaner, effective shots, but Brandon Rios had some shine time in that fight, man. With that aggressive style. Now Shawn Porter is like 10 times going to be 10 times more physical with Danny Garcia. He's stronger, he's more athletic, he's a bigger guy. He's bigger than Brandon Rios. So I think that will present some problems for Danny Garcia, and that's what's going to make it a good ass fight, man, an intriguing fight, just because of his physicality. You know what I mean? He's going to be in there getting real physical with Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is going to be trying to counter. So it's going to be like a chess match. Is my aggression going to overpower your counter, or is your counter going to leave me land on the canvas? And I think, man, it's just my opinion. I think that Danny Garcia will catch Shawn Porter with one of them hooks that he broke my man one time Thurman's arm with and put him to sleep, man. And we finally gonna see somebody stop Shawn Porter, and then we can get to see Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. That's gonna be a good fight too, man. But I do think Errol the Truth Spence will end up breaking Danny Garcia down, man. I think he will be too powerful. Too powerful. The body punches are going to be too powerful. I've seen a couple fights where Danny Garcia didn't like that body work too much. There was a couple rounds in the Zab Judah fight when Danny Garcia, got hit in the body by Zab, man. He didn't like it too much, man. I wish I had time. I'm on the road right now. I would put it in a video. Yeah, and Errol Spence attacked that body, violent, viciously like he does, man. I think he'll stop Danny Garcia, man. And then by that time, maybe Terrence Bud Crawford will find a way to get out of his contract with big shot Bobby Arum and maybe we could see Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence by then. But that's the way I'm looking. I'm looking for the welterweight division to go. I'm looking for Shawn Porter to fight Danny Garcia. You know, um, and I believe Danny Garcia is going to win that. Danny Garcia goes against Errol Spence. I believe Errol Spence will win that, and then Terrence Crawford will been done beat Jeff Horn by then, and we can get Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Now, Jeff Horn ain't gonna be an easy fight for Terrence Crawford at first. You know what I mean? The first couple rounds is gonna be real rough for Terrence Crawford, man. And if he weather that storm, you'll start to see him pick apart Jeff Horn, man, and stop Jeff Horn late. But at the beginning of the fight, Jeff Horn's going to come in with guns blazing. He's going to come in like all hell breaking loose. He's going to let it loose on Terrence Crawford because he knows he's the bigger guy, and he wants to be physical with Terrence Crawford. But I think Terrence Crawford is going to handle that real well, and that's what's going to make the good fight. Early, I'm talking about this fight got the possibility to be like, Hearns Hagler with the violentness that I think is going to come. This between Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn. I believe that Jeff Horn is going to come out and try to crush Crawford, try to beat the brakes off of him early, and Crawford ain't gonna have none of it, man. And that's gonna give us a real good fight them first couple rounds, and then during the mid rounds you'll see Bud Crawford start to get the timing down, you know what I mean, get to figuring out Jeff Horn, man, and start picking them apart and start breaking them down. And I look for Terrence Crawford to win this fight by stoppage late in the fight, between the around 8th, 9th, 10th round. Somewhere around there, Bud Crawford will stop Jeff Horn and get that WBO strap. And then, he could wait. He could wait out the rest of the year for Errol Spence to, not Errol Spence, for Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia. And then Danny Garcia and Errol Spence. By that time, Terrence Crawford could be out of that contract, man, with big shot Bobby Arum. He got to get out that contract, because I don't know if Bob Arum's going to, be able to make that fight, man. I don't know if he really want to make that fight or if he's going to be able to. But I just hope Terrence Crawford, gets what he deserves out of this business, man. He signed with Bob Arum. Mikey Garcia told Big Shot Bob about Terrence Crawford. They fought in the amateurs, and respect and admiration Mikey Garcia has for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford got with Big Shot Bobby, man. And, a lot of these young fighters like Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, and Shawn Porter, they're not signed to a promoter, so they're making a lot more money than Terrence Crawford, man. And the way things is now in 2018, some fighters don't need a promoter, because you got all this social media, man. You could promote yourself if you just go out there and put that effort in, man, and just let people see you, let people into your life a little bit, man, and you'll gain fans, man. You'll gain fans, and I think Terrence Crawford is doing a hell of a job of promoting himself, man. I follow him on all the social media accounts, man, and you see Terrence Crawford working hard, man. But the welterweight division is heating up, and I'm looking forward to seeing these guys mix it up and matching up. I watched Jim Lampley, the fight game. Every time I watch it, I say I'm not gonna watch it no more, because I'll be so disgusted, man, with his bias, and he's just, I don't know, man. He got something against the PBC fighters, man, and to me it's like a racial undertone underneath that, man, that I don't really like. So every time I say I ain't watching no more, but I end up watching it because I'm a boxing fan. But he mentioned how these fighters ain't fighting each other. They got the same manager. And I have some truth to it. That does have some truth to it. I was able to agree with them on something for once. These fighters need to fight each other, man. But I think, the pressure that social media is putting on them, the pressure with all these channels on YouTube, is putting on them. Shout out to the YouTubers, man, who's putting pressure on these fighters to fight each other, man, because we want to see it. You know, we the fan want to see it, man. We want to see. We the one makes the boxing world go around, man. The fans, you know, we tuning in. We coming to the shows. We make it happen for y'all, you know. So give us the fights we want, man. Give us the fights we want, and when everybody will be happy. It's Big Will for Big Faces Worldwide. I'll get back with y'all in a minute.